It was a rainy evening in New York. Millionaire businesswoman Samantha Reeves, known for her cold demeanor and unmatched empire, stood silently near a city fountain, lost in thought. Her driver waited nearby, but she waved him off. Despite owning 5 mansions, Samantha felt empty inside. A recent betrayal from her business partner and ex-fiancé had shattered her trust in people. Suddenly, a ragged voice interrupted her thoughts. "You okay, miss?" She turned. A homeless man, covered in a patchy old coat and holding a battered umbrella, stood beside her. Samantha almost ignored him, but something in his eyes, calm, kind, and oddly familiar, made her pause. "I'm fine," she replied flatly. "You don't look it," the man said gently. No one had spoken to her that honestly in years. She frowned. "You know who I am?" The man chuckled. "Does it matter?" She tilted her head. "It usually does." He nodded slowly. "You don't have to carry the weight alone." Samantha didn't understand why, but she found herself sitting beside him on the cold bench, talking about things she hadn't told anyone, not even her therapist. Who was this man? Over the next week, Samantha kept returning to that same fountain. The homeless man who only said his name was Jacob was always there, reading old books, sharing food with stray animals, and smiling like he had nothing to regret. "You speak like a professor," she once remarked. Jacob just smiled. "Once upon a time, maybe." Each evening, they spoke for hours. Samantha started feeling lighter, even laughing, a rare sound for her staff to hear. One night, she asked, "Why are you homeless?" Jacob looked away. "Life teaches you hard lessons. Some we choose, some choose us." Curious, Samantha tried searching for him online but found nothing. No records, no photos, no past. Was he hiding something? One morning, Samantha invited Jacob for breakfast at a nearby diner. He refused at first, but eventually agreed. People stared at the unlikely pair, the billionaire in designer wear, and the unshaven man in second-hand clothes. Samantha noticed something. Jacob inspired kindness. Waiters smiled at him, children waved. Even a tough-looking guy held the door for him. "How do you do that?" she asked. "People don't care how rich you are. They care how you make them feel," he replied. That line stayed with her. Later that week, Samantha canceled a $1 million merger, shocking everyone. "You're ruining the company." Her board screamed, but she only smiled. "I'm saving something more important." Something had shifted, and Jacob was behind it. One night, as Samantha arrived at the fountain, Jacob wasn't there. For the first time in weeks, she felt panic. She searched the nearby streets, but he was gone. A week passed. Nothing. She even filed a missing person report, but there was no lead. Then one morning, Samantha received a letter at her office. No return address. Inside was a note. "Thank you for listening. I didn't think I had a voice left. You reminded me who I used to be." Along with the note was an old newspaper clipping. It showed a man named Dr. Jacob Rivers, a once famous psychology professor who had vanished after his wife and daughter died in a car crash 5 years ago. She gasped. Jacob was a former millionaire himself until grief destroyed him. Samantha was stunned. Jacob had once been everything: wealthy, respected, powerful, and gave it all up after tragedy. But he helped her rediscover humanity when she had nearly lost it. In his honor, she opened the Rivers Center for Second Chances, a shelter and rehab center for the homeless, where mental health support, jobs, and housing were provided. 1 year later, during the center's opening, a man in a clean coat stood silently in the crowd. It was Jacob, clean-shaven, sober, alive. Samantha smiled at him. He nodded and whispered, "You changed my life too." Both had been broken once, but they helped each other heal. And that's how a homeless man changed the life of a millionaire woman.